You're a mum, you're a mum, you're a busy mum. Come listen to the Busy Mum podcast. Life hacks and inspiration for the busy modern mum.
In this episode, I speak with Chantel Ferguson. Chantel is a good friend of mine. She's a mum of two, has a husband, and has also started a couple of new businesses using her skills as a hypnotherapist and a psychotherapist. Chantel has just started before school classes to teach primary school children mindfulness and well-being. Let's dive in. So Chantel, welcome to the Busy Mum podcast. How are you this morning?
I'm great. Very happy to be here.
Excellent. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I firstly am mum of two. I've got a 7-year-old daughter and a little 5-year-old boy. So very busy with that. And then on the side, I'm a strategic psychotherapist and clinical hypnotherapist.
That sounds extremely fancy. What study did you have to do for that?
So I had to go to the Institute of Applied Psychology to go and study there. And, it's quite a tough course. You do, days where you're in class and then you can also study from home. To pass, you have to get 100% in every subject. So it's quite tedious.
Oh, did you have to repeat a few?
No.
Oh, smarty pants.
I just had to review everything really well before I handed it in, which is a nice change for me.
Yeah. Did you find you had more time to study this time round?
No, I didn't, but I had to make the time to study, which is good. I think when you're finding that you really want to study something and you're really passionate about it, it's a lot easier to learn. Okay. So can you explain to us exactly what it is? What are the methods? Because I understand normal therapy, say couples therapy or your single therapy, but you've got hypnotherapy and psychotherapy as well. Can you just delve into that so the audience knows exactly what it is? Yeah, so when you go and see a psychologist, you sit there and you talk about all your problems, and you might go into the past and all your concerns and worries, and it's a great avenue to get advice and get support, and they've got lots of strategies to help you there. When you come and see me, a strategic psychotherapist, I'm looking at your language, how you behave today and how it affects your life right now. I'm not as interested as they would be in your past. We sort of go through that and then we move into making changes now. So then once I've identified where the changes need to be made, so you may be suffering from anxiety, insomnia, depression, perfectionism, addictions, phobias, etc. I work out what characteristics you sort of have in those areas and where the thinking is incorrect. And then I use hypnotherapy as my tool to go in and make those changes on a subconscious level. So we basically believe that all the patterning you develop in life is developed sort of in the first 5 to 7 years of your life. And then you live in an unconscious state. So you're very mindful, you're very active, you use your imagination, and your influences determine how you feel about the world and how you view the world. So until you challenge those in life, sometimes you'll carry them into adulthood, and they're not always correct and they don't always serve you. Sometimes you have black and white thinking, you expect negative things to happen, you listen too much to your feelings, all sorts of things like that. And my job is to go back into that unconscious mind and make those changes so that you can think and feel differently.
So you got to live in the present all the time, essentially.
No, definitely. No. So that would be part of it, is being mindful. But I go in, I'm looking at how you are in the present. So I'm not concerned about, what your dad said to you
20 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm looking at how that affects your behaviour now, and then I go in and I change that view of the world. So we walk around with different lenses on all the time of how we view the world, how we see ourselves, and sometimes they're not working for you. And if you find that they're not working for you, they're causing, anxious thoughts, insomnia, worries, depression, you would come and see me if they're affecting any of those areas of self-esteem, and I go in and then make some really quick, fast changes.
Oh, okay. So I know anxiety is quite, widespread amongst us humans. It's I think everyone has some form of it. And I also believe everyone, if they go to the doctor just, hands them over a script and goes, there you go, love, you'll be right in 6 weeks. It doesn't actually
when I
change.
went,
Yeah.
It doesn't. I went and had severe anxiety, and the doctor gave me a great solution to fix everything. She sent me home with a paper bag and said, just breathe into this. My husband must have bought about 50 plus paper bags and completely pointless, didn't help at all. So I knew that the doctors weren't helping. I'd gone to a psychologist as well for my anxiety, which was great to talk to someone and a great outlet. But I really was looking for, I could identify where I had the problems and where the anxiety arose, but I didn't know how to make changes to stop it from happening. And that's when you come and see me.
Yes, excellent. So what's your business called?
Yep, so it's the Change Your Mind movement.
Change Your Mind movement. And are you specialising in adults or kids, or you don't differentiate? You just help whoever needs to be helped, like, or who wants the assistance?
Yeah, I do. I have children that come and see me, teens that come and see me, and adults. So if you're suffering from anxiety and it's something that you just don't want to put up with and live with anymore, because that's a big misconception, I think, with anxiety, is that it's something that you have, it's genetic, it's a part of your character, your personality, and it really isn't. It's just a way that you're patterned and you're programming, and it can be changed. You don't have to live with it and put up with it.
Okay. Now, have you heard of, this is just from my experience, the Linden method? Have you heard of the Linden method? I think, just briefly, he suffered from anxiety, and then he put this course together, and it's just like a series of downloads basically saying it's not real. Like, what you're feeling, it's not real, and just forget about it. And to listen to these like meditative states over and over again, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. So that's very interesting.
No, so what he's doing is he's trying to create an awareness of the problem and just to tell you that it's not real. But the thing is, with hypnotherapy, like, your logic knows that it's not real. Like, your logic knows that the anxiety isn't real, and it may not actually happen what you're worried about, but you can't stop it. Your flight or flight response has kicked in, and you're really stressed out and you feel the anxiety. So, you know, you can tell someone it's not real as much as you like, or to calm down or just relax, and all you're going to do is really upset and irritate them and make them feel worse about themselves. So I actually go in to the subconscious mind and change patterning at a level. I work past logic, so I bypass your logic and I go in and make real changes. So that guy's method will work hit and miss, on some things, but it's not going to work for everything. You know, if you could make the changes, you would do it yourself anyway, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. If you could make the world a wonderful place, boom, cure world hunger, boom, done.
Yeah. But, if you're really upset about something and your husband turns around and says, just calm down, does that calm you down?
No one's ever calmed down when someone says, just calm down. I say that to my daughter sometimes, just calm down, stop making a big deal out of it. And she's like, it goes the complete opposite way.
It will, absolutely. It just aggravates it anymore. I can teach you some strategies to deal with them and calm them down. Especially, I run classes for children each week, teaching them mindfulness, meditation, and basically we work on positive mental health strategies. Mm-hmm. So they go in and they learn how to calm their own minds down. But I've got some great tips for parents as well.
Awesome. And are you doing these classes online, or is it at a physical location?
Yeah, they're at my practice here in Drummoyne.
Yep.
So I run them 3 afternoons a week after school, and they're designed for school-aged children.
And how can people get in touch with you? Because I will put a few links in the blog section of my website for this podcast.
Wonderful. Fantastic. I've got a great website you can head to. So if you're looking for the classes, it's www.changeyourmindmovement.com. And if you're looking for an individual treatment for anxiety, self-esteem, insomnia, pain, you can head to chantelferguson.com.
Okay, cool. I'll put both of those links in the blog post for you. And can you explain to us what your typical day looks like, Chantel?
Okay, I'm an early riser. I used to be a radio presenter, so I used to do breakfast for a while, so it was early starts, and I still maintain that. How does that work for you, Jackie?
Look, before kids, I was an early riser. I'd get up. Before kids, I'd get up early. I would do boot camp, and then I would ride my bike to work, and then I'd work for 8 hours, then I'd ride my bike home, and then I would go to uni and do all the uni stuff, and then I'd go to sleep, and I'd just do that. I was like that. But as soon as kids came on, they taught me how to wake up several times during the night.
What a gift.
Yes, and I'm like, thank you. Now I have to try and break that.
Yeah, and that's really common. Our age group has the highest rate of insomnia.
Oh.
So we're at the target market. So when we do have kids, that breaks the sleep cycle. You wake up very easily, and once they start sleeping, they've kind of left you with the terrible gift of you can't.
Yeah, it's like, thank you very much, children. Love you, but don't love you at that point. But also they tend to sleep in, like today today at 8 o'clock, they was still in bed. So Chantel, I'm like, get out of bed. So I know a lot of people don't have that problem, but I have that problem. So, I've got an hour now to get them ready, which is fed and clothed and, finish off the homework and come on, like today alone, our day. I know I've asked you about your day and I'm telling you about my day. It's like, we got up. So I had cupcakes for Belle's birthday, had to deliver them. Maddie had something in her eye, so I had to tell the teacher, just ignore the eye thing, she'll be fine. And then she's got all day at school, and then she's got gymnastic assessment. Then yesterday she told me she had a concert today at 6 o'clock. So now we've got to go from gymnastics to a flute concert. And I'm like,
a big night.
It's a big day. The whole day is like, ugh. So how's your days going?
Mine are pretty good. I like to I have a few calendars up. So I've got like the daily calendar, weekly calendar, monthly calendar. So I'm extremely unorganized. So I have to have everything written down to stay on top of it.
I would have thought you were very organized.
Yeah, no, don't believe everything you see. I'm the one who turns up on the wrong day for a movie at the cinemas. So, yeah, writing it down is definitely the key. My day was pretty good. Kids were up at 6 o'clock. Woohoo!
6 o'clock.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed if they do sleep in. Sleeping in would be like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy that time to myself. I'll do some meditation and I'll start to get everything prepared so that when they are up, we run a little bit more smoothly. Mm-hmm. And then I've got a list on the wall of the jobs the kids need to do. So check, have you had your breakfast? Brushed your teeth, done your hair, done your homework, are your toys away? And then they can have some iPad time and then off we go.
Yeah, I have had some trouble sometimes. Like I'll give them screen time before they've done everything so they can eat their breakfast and I can get the lunches ready. But then that kind of snowballs into like, oh, well, let's just watch the next one and the next one and the next one.
Are you watching YouTube for kids? Because that you can set a timer on there so it automatically turns off. So you've got like your 20 minutes and then bam, gone. See you later.
No, I hadn't even heard it. YouTube for kids, that is a good tip. I didn't realise you could put a timer on these things. I just usually slam down the computer. Like, that's enough.
Yeah, no, then it's not your responsibility. It's like, it's off. Yep. That's happened. Time to move forward.
Exactly. So what's your little hack each day to run smoothly? Is it just writing down all of those things that you need to get done, say, the night before or?
Yeah, so the night before I like to journal. So if I've got any thoughts or worries or I need to organise anything, I write it down. Anytime I'm writing it down, I'm getting it out of my mind and I don't have to deal with it. It won't interrupt my sleep at all. So that's probably my best tip.
Oh, journaling. And then because like you're an early riser, you can meditate as well. So like you're in that calm state of mind before you get going with your day.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. So what's the best advice you've received? Well, maybe not the best, some kind of advice.
I've got heaps of great advice because I think from my studies I've learnt so much that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's been really good. But the best one is, I think the best way to predict the future is to create it.
Oh, I've never heard that. That's really nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like sitting around waiting for something to happen, thinking that people are just lucky out there. Like it's all a myth. They're not. People who create things for themselves and take action. That's my biggest thing. That would go through my head every single day. My teacher taught me that is, stop thinking and just do and take action. So I do. I get up and do it.
You get up and do. You're a doer, not a gunner.
Keep going. Yeah, that's right. I like that. I need a T-shirt with that on it.
I'm a doer, not a gunner. Doer.
I can see it now.
Oh my goodness. By Chantel Ferguson.
That's right.
What are you currently reading?
I like to listen to books. I don't like to read them because being a hypnotherapist, I've got a really cool relaxation chair. It's like the ones that you have at Gold Class. Love it. And also massages and heat. So I do enjoy sitting in that with a weighted blanket, and I'm reading a book by Dr. Michael Yadko at the moment called The Discriminating Therapist.
Oh, what's it about? Give us a little prelude to it.
Yeah, it's really good. So he's a psychotherapist, a psychologist. He actually wrote one of the dictionary's definitions of depression. He's really amazing. He also specializes in hypnotherapy. So his book is about, it gives examples of clients and types of anxiety issues that may arise with clients and how he would deal with them.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
So is it an ongoing learning process for you with this hypnotherapy? And
it'll be a lifetime of learning.
Yeah. So are you, like being, like my husband's a lawyer, was a lawyer, and he had to continue with the education, like is there some form of like something similar where you have to accrue points each year? Is it like that, or is it just learn?
No, I'm fully qualified.
Yep.
And registered and everything like that. But I think that when you're in a field of like helping people, you really need to make sure that you're up to date with everything, the latest stuff, and you're really on top of it, and you continue your learning, and you do refreshers and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So obviously you're cooking each night, Chantel. What is your favourite recipe? I don't. You don't?
That doesn't happen. My husband does all the dinners. He cooks everything.
Oh, yeah. What is he cooking?
That's a great question. He likes to tell me every single morning when he's cooking that night, and I try to tune out because I can't think about anything other than breakfast. Last night we had swordfish.
Oh,
he's a great cook. So, yeah, he does all the dinners.
I love cooking. Yeah, I do. I love it. I just want a really lovely kitchen to cook in. You know? Yeah. So, but yeah.
The food's good enough. You just cook the great food and you can imagine yourself anywhere. What are you cooking?
Well, tonight, after today, I'm probably going to try to avoid McDonald's, really. That's my main goal. So usually the kids eat separately to us. They usually
We need an emergency healthy food takeout list. Because the only thing you can think of when you're running late like that and you've got little time is McDonald's, but we've got to write a list of stuff. So we've got lashings stuck in there. You can order on your phone. Chinese. My kids love the mini sushi.
Yep, sushi.
Never ever think about it when I'm in a hurry.
No, and yeah, exactly. And every time we have McDonald's, I say to the kids, like, how does it make you feel? And they're often sick or bloated or still hungry. And I said, it's actually, you're eating non-food. It's not actually food. It's just rubbish.
Didn't they do a thing once where they put it in the fridge or something or left it out for like a month and it looked the same, one of the burgers or something like that? I remember that when we were kids.
We buy the hamburgers when they're $1 and we put them in the freezer. They last forever and you just chuck them in the microwave for a minute and it comes out like you just bought it.
Wow. Now we know it's in your freezer.
I love cooking. Yay.
That's right. Kids. Cheeseburger or Big Mac tonight?
Yeah, which one is it? No
choice.
I do I just finished a batch of protein balls, so I love like bliss balls and protein balls, so like I try to make them so that the kids love them as well. So these ones like muesli type ones that I've just made with honey. I don't add any added sugar or anything to it. It's just that and the protein powder and some seeds because Bella's allergic to nuts, and then I just mold it all in and it's just really quick and easy, and it's got some good stuff in there. So
yeah, that's a good idea.
And it's fancy.
It is. They are very fancy.
Fancy.
One thing I do in the mornings is when I make the kids their lunchbox, I make a lunchbox for myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because otherwise I get really busy during the day and I grab whatever I can to eat. I leave it too late, I'm extremely hungry and I eat the wrong thing. So I make the lunchbox, there's my sandwich, there's my vegetables cut up and my fruit, and then I can nibble on that. That's a good hack.
That is a good hack. So you have like 3 lunchboxes instead of just the 2?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you do one for Andrew too?
No, he prepares his own and takes all his own food, yeah.
Okay, cool. We are smashing through these questions, hey. I've got 3 quick questions for you and then I'll let you go. Okay, question number 1. What websites have you signed up to recently that you enjoy receiving their emails and that you actually read their emails?
Yeah, this is a tough one because I am the person in the shop that says, do you want a loyalty card? No, I hate signing up for things. It really bothers me because I feel like every time you buy something online, they've automatically signed you up to their subscriptions. And so I take pleasure in going through and unsubscribing. I probably do that once a week. But my favourite that I love is Vistaprint.
Someone else said Vistaprint. What is it about Vistaprint that you love?
They have huge sales. If you go on the right day, you wait and then they send it through. I think I've got one for like 50% at the moment with some stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah, and it's just, I love Vistaprint. That's just the best.
There is an app you can put on Chrome called Honey, and Honey, every time you go onto a website that you're buying something from, will find a coupon for that website.
Tell me again.
It's called
This is good.
It's called Honey. As in Honey.
Oh, yeah, honey, I got you.
It's a honey app. And it finds all that sugar out there for you. And it takes all the money off at the checkout. So,
I love this.
Yeah, I think it's only on Chrome. Yeah. And I didn't know it until my 19-year-old employee told me.
Yeah, this is great. Spread the word.
Yeah, spread the word about Honey. Second question. What is one piece of advice you would give your pre-baby self?
Oh, don't do it. No.
Don't do it. Oh, my goodness.
Go travelling.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Do it later?
No, I think it's going to be a tough journey, but it's going to lead you to where you need to be.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense. And last question. Are you ready for it? Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's quite boring. No, I'm just kidding. What is the most useful or useless baby item you had?
Oh, there were so many. Oh, my goodness. Do you remember everyone telling you the things that you need? And so you bought all of them? I had so many that were useless. I think I wrote a list at the time in protest against all the things I didn't need. One of the big ones was one of those things that goes in the cot under the baby that tells you if they're still alive and they're breathing.
Yeah.
It went off randomly and woke the baby that many times. So, I found that quite stressful. It was so expensive. Oh, and the diaper bin.
Oh, yeah. Push it down, turn it. Push it down and turn it.
Oh, my goodness.
That was
Coles bags were just as well.
Yeah, that was, I had one of them and it was good, but you had to buy the specialty bags for it.
You sure did.
Yeah, which was just like a long thing. And it's like, why would you want to keep that many pooey nappies in the same room?
Sausages, remember they came out like sausages?
Just get them out. Just get those nappies out of the house.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, that's a first child mistake.
Yeah, didn't do it for the second child.
You definitely don't do it. I was hoping you were going to ask me what my favourite TV show was at the moment.
Oh, yes. Did I skip that one?
Because I'm dying to tell you.
Okay, let's go back. So you weren't reading many books. You listened to books. What TV shows are you watching, Chantel? Go.
I have the best TV show. Do you have Stan?
I do, yes. And I have Netflix and iTunes.
Oh, you only need Stan because there's only one show you need to be watching this year, and that's Younger.
Oh, I watched that. Yeah.
Oh,
you love it?
I love it.
What do you love about it? Is it the fact that Hilary Duff is back in it, or...
I love so much, and I love that there's two love triangles going on, so you can't lose with the love. And who are you for? Are you for the boss or are you for Josh?
Probably the boss.
Oh, see, this is a common thing with women our age. There's something wrong with me because I'm for Josh.
But I'm kind of married to my boss, you know.
It works for you.
I don't know. I just look at Josh and what's he actually got going for him?
He's just
young.
Gorgeous. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He'd be a great dad. Oh, he's a hopeless romantic. He's an artist.
Oh, that does not turn me on.
You like the authority figure?
Yeah. Take control. Yeah.
I think I must be a little bit whimsical. Yeah.
I've grown up a little bit from that, I think. That to me just goes, the emotional roller coaster ride, no thank you.
He's ready to settle down.
Yeah, really though? Really?
You wait and see next season.
Okay, yeah, next season we'll talk again.
Be out of New York and he'll be, in Queens with a, terrace and 3 kids running around.
Yes.
Mark my words.
I think I was only up to, where did I watch up to? Where they flew over to Ireland.
The end of last season.
Yeah.
Well, season 5 is out and 3 episodes are in.
Okay, so I need to catch up, play catch up. Awesome. Well, thank you, Chantel, for being on the Busy Mum podcast. I've really enjoyed speaking with you today.
Likewise.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Busy Mum podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. You can follow me on my Instagram account, thebusymum_podcast, or on Facebook, which is The Busy Mum AU, or subscribe to my iTunes account, which is also The Busy Mum Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Australia's newest ladies' leg shaving brand Pins. Perfect pins, pits and private bits don't have to be neglected this winter. Maintain your hair and enjoy soft, smooth skin. Check out the website today, www.pins.com.au.